Hey, I'm Bonita and I am the owner of Bonita's Plushies, a small crochet business based in the US. And today I'm going to be giving you guys my top tips for starting a small business in 2026. Starting a small business can be pretty daunting, but it's really simple and easy and it really should be fun. So I don't want any of you guys to get discouraged, and if you are thinking about starting a small business and you're truly passionate about it, I say go for it. You never know what could come of it. It could literally change your life, and you don't know if you don't try. So this video is for you, and I just want to give you all my best tips to set you up for success in 2026. My first tip is just start. Just start your business. Do not let fear stop you. Don't try to wait for the perfect time, because there's never a perfect time. You're never going to have every single thing that you want. And really, when you're starting a small business, you don't need a ton of stuff. You want to start smaller so that you can scale your business as it grows. You don't want to invest so much up front when you're not even necessarily sure you're even going to like it. So just start. Stop thinking about it. Stop stressing about it. And just start. Especially with my type of business, which is crochet, it's very easy and you can start very inexpensively selling on Etsy or doing craft markets, but we'll get a little bit more into that. But yeah, just start and see what can happen. My next tip is whatever business you start, make sure that you are passionate about it. Now, me saying this, I'm not saying that it has to be your sole driving factor to why you're starting a business is because you're passionate about it. Money can also be a factor. A lot of people start businesses as either a side hustle or one day they want it to become their full-time gig, which is 100% understandable, and it's okay because money was definitely a factor for me on why I wanted to start my business. But you have to make sure that you're passionate about what your business is, because it's going to be something you do every single day for as long as your business is running. And if you're not passionate about it, you're not going to stick with it, because running a small business is definitely not easy money. It's not quick cash. It's not something that's going to happen overnight for most people. It's very rare that it does, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. You are going to basically be working nonstop all the time. And I'm not saying like you're going to have no work-life balance, because that's not true, but it is just a lot of work. And for most people, myself included, you cannot just start a small business and not have another job. Either if you're younger, you're going to be in school, you have to do your schoolwork and stuff. You don't have just all day, every day to work your business. And if you're older and you have your own place like me, you have bills to pay. You can't just not work and do your business. It's very rare that that's the case for people. So on top of whatever your responsibilities are, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you have a job, whether you're a college student, high school student, middle school student even, you're going to have other responsibilities on top of your small business. So those responsibilities obviously are going to have to come first, and then second is your business. So whatever time you have left is what is going to be dedicated to your business, and that's the time you're going to have to work it. So fortunately for me, I'm a school bus driver, so I don't work the standard 9 to 5, 40-hour week. I work a minimum 27-hour week split shift. So that gives me time in the middle of my day to come home, work on my business, and then when I get back from driving in the afternoon is when I will call it quits for most of the time. But like I said, it's just a lot of work. So if you're not passionate about it, when you're coming home from work, if you have like a normal 9 to 5 or even whatever job you have or school, and you're tired from the day and your head hurts or whatever it is, you're not going to want to spend your extra time, your free time, working on something you don't like doing. You're just not going to do it, not sustainably. And it's totally understandable, because who wants to do something they literally hate doing after they're done with work and they're tired? So You have to make sure you're passionate about it and that you like to do it, because you're going to have to. That's how you're going to grow, is hard work. So make sure you're passionate about it and that you love it or you like it a lot. And you can consistently keep this up on top of other responsibilities for the foreseeable future of your business. My next tip is for online sellers. And I'm going to be basing most of my tips off of crochet, just because that is my experience and that is what my business is. But this can apply to most creative small businesses, I would say. But anyway, for online sellers, when you're first starting out, my tip is to start on an online marketplace. An online marketplace is something similar to Etsy, where it's a platform that you can sign up for and become a seller, but it has organic traffic. People know to go there for handmade items or creative items or whatever it is, something out of that your business would be found on. And it's just like its own little search engine. People can go in there and they can search crochet plushie and your stuff will come up. Now, I recommend this when you first start out rather than your own standalone website because of its organic traffic. So online marketplaces typically have its own customer base and it has organic traffic. Etsy and TikTok Shop can also be considered one. Both have more organic traffic where people are going to be like, okay, I want this item, whatever it is. I know that I can go on Etsy, search it up, and I will find this item from different sellers and they can come find you that way. Now, I recommend that because when you have your own standalone website, you have to drive all of your own traffic. And when you're first starting out, nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows you, and you're literally a nobody, which is not a bad thing, but it's just because you're new. So to get your customer base up, it is easier to start on a online marketplace so that you're not having to drive all that traffic. You can still get sales without doing a ton of marketing, because when people go to like your standalone website and you're new, they may be kind of iffy and not want to purchase just because all of the online scams nowadays, and they don't know you and they might not trust your website. So people will trust online marketplaces like Etsy because they have policies in place where the online marketplace itself takes care of refunds and stuff like that if a seller were not to fulfill their order. So online marketplaces are super good for starting out. There's definitely cons, like there can be high fees and whatever else, but it really helps to get sales, to get your name out there, and to get more recognition before you go to your own standalone website. I personally sell on Etsy, and I definitely have gotten sales just from like random people looking up crochet plushies and finding my listings and buying them. So really think about where you're going to start online selling. I would definitely recommend an online marketplace before a standalone. Now, my next tip kind of goes along with this because it's a sort of marketing thing, but when you're marketing through social media, as most small business owners do, when you're first starting out, my main tip is to pick one. So there's so many social media platforms out there: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, like all these different places that you can go to market your small business. And for most small business owners, social media is the main marketing strategy for small business owners because it's free and you can do it all yourself. You don't have to pay for anything. You create the posts, you put them out there, people see it, and it can sometimes translate to sales. So I would recommend picking one at first so you're not overwhelming yourself. When you're first starting out in a business, it's all new to you. And it can definitely be easy to get overwhelmed and stressed out. And when you feel overwhelmed and stressed, it is not conducive to hard work on your business. It makes you not want to come to your business. At least that's how it made me feel. And that's why I ended up taking like a 9-month break from my business. I overwhelmed myself. I was stressed and I just didn't want to do it. So when I came back, I did different strategies and put different strategies in place to not get overwhelmed and stressed. And I have been consistent for over 3 months, which is amazing. So my tip is to pick one social media platform that you want to use to market yourself and stick with that for the first little bit until you're comfortable, and then you can branch out to more. And I say that again because you don't want to get overwhelmed and feel like you're always having to film content, especially when you're new and you kind of don't know what to film. So personally, what I did when I came back is I chose YouTube. I really enjoy long form content, making it and consuming it, and it is just the best platform for me. Now that I've been consistent on here for 3 months, I am finally starting to feel more comfortable and ready to branch back out into different platforms. But I definitely would say starting with just one social media platform and holding myself accountable to stay consistent on it really helped me to do just that, stay consistent, which is very important. So just if you're using social media, make sure you can do it sustainably and you're not overwhelmed, and you just pick one, stay consistent, and branch out from there. My next tip is invest back into your business. So I know that when you first get your first couple sales and you start making a little money from your business, it's super, super exciting, and you may want to go treat yourself, which is fine to an extent. But a lot of that money you definitely want to save, especially in the beginning, because you want to reinvest back into your business to upgrade your business and scale it. Because when you scale it, the more you scale it, the more money and income you can bring in. Scaling your business is definitely important because, like I said, that's how you bring in more income, and it helps you have money to pay yourself, to get new equipment, possibly if you're a crocheter, buy yarn, and all of the things. If you're a YouTuber, upgrade your camera. Like literally anything for your business, you use that to scale. And you want to invest back into your business because if you've heard the saying, it's true, you have to spend money to make money. So like you have to reinvest back into your business to upgrade the quality and to make more money. So my tip is just don't be afraid to reinvest in your business early on, because it can be a time saver and just help your business overall. So it's very important to reinvest back into your business. My next tips go hand in hand, and it would be to not give up and stay consistent. Like I said, I know starting a business can be stressful and scary, but you really have to think not to give up and to stay consistent. Consistency is literally key in just about everything in the world, but especially with a business, especially on social media as well, because you never know when you could just randomly go viral or get a ton of sales or whatever it is, and it could be right around the corner, like right before you quit. If you've ever seen like one of those images where it's like the two miner guys and one guy finally got tired and gave up, and he goes back and there's like diamonds right there that he was about to hit into if he would have just kept going. And I keep that image in my head because sometimes you're tired, you're a little bit discouraged, and you want to just give up, but you have to truly believe that it's going to work for you and that you are passionate about it and you love it, and that's why you're doing it as well. Because so it goes back to the passion thing as well, because then you're not going to want to give up as much. But just don't give up. There is room for everyone here. There's a niche for everyone. Even within crochet, there's different niches. And there's like a bunch of kind of like, not crazy, they're super cool and artful things, but like something maybe you're not necessarily interested in, and other people buy it. It's because there is an audience for everyone. If you like it, there's people out there that like it too. So don't be afraid to stay consistent and never give up, because you never know what can happen. Some of these crochet businesses have changed people's lives. They're going full-time now. They're financially stable. All of the things they probably could have ever dreamed of. Not to say it's not hard work, but it's probably amazing. So you want to stay consistent and not give up. So those are honestly my most important tips, is to stay consistent and not give up, because you never know when your breakthrough is coming. So those are my top tips for starting a business in 2026. And if you guys have any other tips yourselves, please leave them in the comments below, because it can really help even me or our whole community. And I'd love for us to all leave tips for each other so we can read the comments and find things that we probably didn't even think about. So I wish you guys so much luck on your businesses. I know that you can do it. Just stay consistent. And I guess a bonus tip that I just thought about is to try and build community, not only with your followers and your viewers, but with other crochet artists, maybe starting at the same place as you. If you're starting a YouTube channel like me, and my channel is still relatively small, find other channels like that too, like even me, and comment on there and be like, hey, you know, I've been watching your videos. I like your videos. This is my channel. Check it out. Because somebody just did that and she commented on my video. First of all, it made my day. And second of all, I definitely have went and checked out her videos now, and I want to stay engaged with her, and because we can be each other's community. So that's another tip. But anyway, leave tips down below. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I know you guys will do amazing things with your businesses, and they will grow this year. We're all gonna be successful this 2026. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I definitely want to make a little bit more business related content for you guys to help anyone out, because if it helps just one person, I am so happy, because I know I was looking for this kind of stuff when I was starting my business. So if you want to see more like this, please like this video and subscribe to follow along for more. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!